So my name is Todd Sear. We are here at the USA Science and Engineering Festival, and I'm sitting down with Elon Musk to talk about science, engineering, and the generations to come. Now, Elon, you're classically trained as an engineer.
As a physicist.
Is physicist. Okay, here's the question then. What's better, a scientist or an engineer? Who wins?
Engineer.
Every time?
Well, I wouldn't say every time. And a lot of people that sort of are known for their scientific discoveries are actually really great engineers, like Galileo, for example.
Okay. Okay, very good.
Or Faraday, or really Maxwell, or anyone. I mean, I think it is an interesting debate as to sort of, does engineering drive discoveries in physics, or does physics just drive discoveries in engineering? I think actually it's mostly engineering. And I think, for example, in recent years, if you look at how much physics has slowed down because of the lack of really engineering in the form of a collider. So everybody's just sitting around waiting for a bloody collider. So I'd say if physics was really driving things, why aren't the advancements being made? I think it's clearly the engineering of the collider is what drives the advancements.
Interesting. Now, between PayPal, and more than just these things, of course, but you've got PayPal, Tesla, and SpaceX. All three of these things are huge challenges, huge ways, basically changing the way people think. What drives you to try to find these opportunities, but not in an economic way, but these ways to kind of change the way human beings operate?
I think it's good to grow the scope and scale of consciousness, and thus improve our understanding of the universe, and in fact to improve the sort of questions that we would ask. As Douglas Adams said in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the real trick is the question, not the answer.
There's so much information, but the need to kind of get over the apathy of having the information to doing something about it. Now, not all of us are going to start space exploration companies and electric vehicle companies. The scale changes, but what can people do, or what motivations do people need to harness to try to make change, as opposed to just reading about change? And that's not supposed to be an easy question. I don't think oh, it's this.
Well, like I said, I think if you study engineering and you figure out how to design new things, then it's relatively easy to start a company. You just need to get a few like-minded people with you, and then focus on creating a prototype, a compelling prototype, as soon as possible. And then, there's a strong venture capital industry in this country that will give you funding to take things to the next level. And that's all there is to it. And you might, if you try it a few times, you may or may not succeed. But I think sometimes people fear starting a company too much. You have to say, really, what's the worst that could go wrong? You're not going to starve to death. You're not going to die of exposure. What's the worst that could go wrong?
So I've been speaking with Elon Musk here at the USA Science and Engineering Festival. In our next video, you can learn more about what Elon has done with space exploration and the commercialization of space travel.